Alright, Shalom. I'd like to say Kahalayim, Wahawadlah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the others of great millstone of Rubel. Peace and blessing to the acrimony will that pushes through to the four corners of the earth, right? This brother Yarba. So I go through this little article that I saw. I think another one also. People keep talking about the corona, and some believe that it's not the actual virus and actually being in contact with this person and that person and so forth, right? Because I was even drawing the point to somebody just the other day, and it made sense, right? Because you'll see, like, for example, when the Ebola epidemic was going on, you understand, the doctors who was treating the patients or dealing with the patients who was actually infected with Ebola, you was only seeing like a handful of doctors actually got the Ebola from those patients. It wasn't like how with the coronavirus now you're seeing majority of the healthcare people being infected by the virus. So if Ebola was so contagious, and they was taking preventative steps to actually not get the virus, and only a small handful of doctors actually did get the virus, how come so much of people who will be taking the same measures to deal with this corona, or even more drastic measures, how come them getting infected with this corona? And it wasn't going on with the Ebola or with all the other stuff. Why it is all the medics and them now that are dealing with this epidemic, so-called epidemic, actually getting infected with it on such a high level? But then again, when you really think about it, if what they're telling you is the cause, is not the cause, it's easy for you to get infected. Because if somebody tell you can only get something by touching somebody else, and that person cough on you and give you it, then you can't prevent against something like that. I'm not saying that that's the case, but you just have to keep your eye open with these devils, because certain things they say are not adding up, right? I'll read this article. It say, why are so many COVID-19 patients also seeing blood clots, right? It says, as the COVID-19 pandemic ravages the world, still grappling with vast uncertainty over the virus, right? Vast uncertainty over the virus. A new and unnerving pattern has emerged in some patients, right? It says, though novel coronavirus symptoms thus far have presently chiefly within the respiratory system, because they say it's something similar to the common cold, right? So certain symptoms that it will give you will be like a cold or a flu-like symptom, right? Respiratory system. It said the infection is swiftly showing to be an all-out system-wide assault that reaches far past the lungs. No, that not making sense, right? Unless what they tell us it is and what actually is the cause is two different things. Because I was explaining the other day to somebody, see, if it really is this 5G thing, you can't really tell the effects that 5G or radiation could have on somebody. A person cannot see that radiation cannot make you sick to get flu-like symptoms. You don't know what radiation could do to the body. Radiation could give you cancer, could give you headaches, it could give you all kind of stuff. So why is it impossible that radiation could cause flu-like symptoms, like or respiratory systems or respiratory problems? You don't know what are the effects on radiation to the body, right? No, like I say, I'm not saying that is the case, but I wouldn't completely disclaim it either, right? Past the lungs, right? It said doctors in hotspots across the globe have begun to report an unexpected prevalence of blood clots among COVID cases, in what could pose a perfect storm of potentially fatal risk factors. So before they say it was a respiratory illness, now it's actually causing other problems in the body, like blood clots, right? It say in New Orleans, a man in his 30s was admitted to the hospital a week into treatment for the flu. It says severely sick, developing shortness of breath, chest pains, and an abnormally rapid heart rate. he was tested for coronavirus. Doctors realized those symptoms also are typical of a pulmonary embolism. It's a potentially deadly blood clot that can move from the legs to the lungs and damage the heart, right? And this is nothing that they was talking about concerning what the coronavirus could actually cause. Because when they list all these systems, or all the symptoms, so like here, when they list all these symptoms that the coronavirus could actually pose, it had nothing to do with blood clots, right? They say a man's blood work already showed heart damage. They say though he had no known underlying medical conditions, no recent travel, no recent surgeries. It says chest scans shown first to ABC revealed a massive clot. It's termed a saddle embolus because it hooks over branches on both pulmonary arteries. It was severely stressing on the right side of the heart, unable to push blood against the clot already in its strained state. So this is just one, right? So this one pertains to blood clots. Right, this is another one I happened to come across. Other news pages also. It said Chinese doctor's skin turned dark after coronavirus recovery, right? It say two Chinese doctors who were infected with the coronavirus while treating patients in the epicenter city of Wuhan survived the deadly illness, but their skin turned very dark after they were placed on life support, according to a report, right? It said Dr. Yi Fan and Dr. Hu Weifeng, both 42, were both diagnosed with coronavirus on January 18th while working at the Wuhan Central Hospital, the UK's Metro reported, right? It say the gravely ill physicians were taken to the Wuhan Pulmonary Hospital and then transferred twice, according to state broadcast CCTV. It said the two men's changed skin color was attributed to the hormonal imbalance of their livers. The hormonal imbalance after their livers were damaged by the bug, Chinese media stated. So they're trying to say that the coronavirus, which is a respiratory illness that damages the lungs, right, and eventually causes you to have shortness of breath, damage wherever, and cause you to die. They're trying to state that the coronavirus now also damages your liver, right? So apparently, because of whatever liver damage they suffered due to the virus, they could the color of their skin changed. So it went from just being respiratory to now it's showing symptoms of blood clots and now liver damage, right? And I saw another article. I don't remember exactly where it is, but it was talking about something concerning, I think it was on the news, I was watching it, and it was talking something about coronavirus having effects on the brain and causing brain damage. So it's blood clots, it's liver damage, it's brain damage. And none of these things sounding like a respiratory illness. But what particular thing damages organs? Radiation. If you hold a phone too much to your ears, you could get cancer. Did I say if you have like your phone in your pocket constantly or rubbing against your skin, like the radiation could damage certain cells. You understand? So more and more as time go by, it's not looking like if it really is a respiratory illness after all. Now, like I say, I'm not saying that is the case, but facts they speak. And right now, a lot of things that they're telling us is not making sense. It's just not making sense. You saw even certain people were talking about certain regions where it have 5G, and it was showing where it have a lot of towers is also where it have a lot of sicknesses and all these different things. When I do the 5G comparisons and the coronavirus comparisons in terms of like on a map. You understand? So I just say, it was in my spirit. I say I would throw that out there. People who talk about these things, they're classed as conspiracy theorists and no, it's a virus. And how it is all these things happening and it's not even adding up to what it is they telling you it is. It's just a little food for thought. I hope it was edifying. With that, I say shalom.